All right, today I'm going to show you how I mixed the kick drum for this live video of the band Silent Planet. This video is for a channel called Drummers Anonymous, and there's a link to the full video in the description. All of what you heard was a live multi-track recording that I mixed for them. We recorded it last month when I was doing front of house for them. So I already mixed all the drums, the bass, guitar, tracks, and everything. And I'm just gonna show you how I mixed the kick drum for it. And let's get into it. So I have my kick in mic and my kick out mic. It's a Shure Beta 91A on kick in and Audix D6 on kick out. I have those going into a kick bus, which I'm gonna process. And here's the raw kick with the processed drums. First, I'm gonna solo the two and blend in the kick out until it sounds good with the kick in. I like that there. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is add a transient designer. I like the SPL Transient Designer from Plugin Alliance. I'm gonna bring up the attack a little bit. Usually I end up doing like +6 or up to +12 sometimes. There, sounds pretty good. And then I'm gonna bring the sustain down. Usually I bring it down just to like tighten up the kick drum. But you could also bring it up to make it sound like kind of big and boomy. And then I'm gonna bring the output gain down just to compensate. And let's hear before and after. Cool, and that just adds a little bit of attack and tightens up the kick drum sound a little bit. Next, we're gonna add a plugin called Drum Leveler. And it's great because it detects the transients of the kick, it levels them out, and then it has a built-in gate to reduce all the bleed in between the kick hits. First, I'm gonna set the threshold so it's only detecting the kick hits. Next, I'm gonna bring up the compression. I'm gonna bring up to 100% just to show you what it does. And basically it's bringing up every kick hit to this target level. I usually don't do 100%. I'll just back it down to 75% or so. Then I'm gonna turn on the gate and set the hold and recovery all the way to the fastest and bring up the hold until I get most of like the meat of the kick drum. That's good there. And then I'm gonna bring up the recovery, which is the release time, to make it sound a little more natural. Sweet. And let's hear before and after. Great. Now I'm going to add an EQ. I usually go for the Pro Q2, and I'm going to start by cutting some of the super low end stuff that we don't need. Now I'm going to get the fundamental around like 50 or 80 or so and see if it needs boosting or cutting. And I think just a little bit of a boost sounded good there. Next, I'm going to find the problem areas in kicks, which is usually between like 100 and 200. And Basically gonna look for it and then cut it out. So I definitely don't like this like whole range here, and then there's a lot of 200 that I don't like. All right, and we're gonna move on to the next frequency range, like 200 to 2 kilohertz. And I'm just gonna cut some of that out with a pretty wide cut. And I'm gonna keep looking. Whatever that is, I don't really like. All right, and I usually finish off the kick drum with a high shelf. Very rarely I'll end up cutting this, only if there's like a super clicky, attacky kick drum. But I think this one I'm gonna boost a little bit. And you want to be careful because boosting too much will just completely overpower the low end in the kick. And let's hear before and after. And I want to boost a little more low end. And still want to cut a little bit more around here. Cool. Next, I'm going to add a compressor. I've been trying out the Waves C1 compressor lately. It's just a really basic like channel compressor. And I'm going to set the ratio to 4, the attack to 15, the release to 125. And I'm going to bring down the threshold until I start hearing the compressor working. And then I'm going to bring it down more just to hear it like super, super compressed. And eventually I usually end up at like anywhere from -6 to -12 dB of gain reduction. So let's take a listen. Cool. I like that there. And next I'm going to play with the attack a little bit and see if I can dial it in a little better. I find that like between 8 and 20 is usually what I go for. Cool. And it's definitely quieter because I compressed pretty hard. So I'm going to bring up the makeup gain. And then let's listen to before and after. Cool. And then I think I put a little too much high end on there, so I'm going to bring that down just a touch. All right. And let's hear before and after the plugins added to the kick. And we'll bring in the rest of the drums. And finally, the rest of the band. Hope you guys liked the video. Let me know in the comments if I should make more videos like this or what types of videos I should make. And thank you for watching.